Live breaking news, Nez Nation. Is there beef between Joe Rogan, who is, well, he's not the number one podcaster right now in the current ratings. It's Tucker Carlson, who just passed him. But there's no doubt about it that Joe Rogan is the godfather of podcasting. He's like the Johnny Carson of today's era. And I don't mean like he's funny like Johnny Carson, or he reminds me of Johnny Carson. I mean his influence is that powerful. If you go on the Rogan podcast, which, Joe, I'm available. Hello, you want your boy Nez on there. But yeah, if you go on Rogan, you're pretty much guaranteed a ton of exposure. This guy has millions and millions of downloads every single month. That surpasses all of, corporate media, national media like CNN and all the woke mafia media companies. So there's a lot of controversy happening right now. Rogan apparently made some comments that has a lot of people thinking that he endorsed Robert Kennedy Jr. for the 2024 election. It's in this clip right here that I'm going to share with you, where a lot of the vitriol and a lot of the right-wing pundits and right-wing influencers are, getting really upset at Joe Rogan and what he says right here. Let's watch this, and then we'll talk about it.
That's just what they do. That's politics. They do it on the left. They do it on the right. They gaslight you. They manipulate you. They promote narratives. And the only one who's not doing that is Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
You a fan?
Yeah, I am a fan. Yeah, he's the only one that makes sense to me. He's the only one that he doesn't attack people. He attacks actions and ideas, but he's much more reasonable and intelligent. I mean, the guy was an environmental attorney and cleaned up the East River. I mean, he's a legitimate guy, before anybody started calling him an anti-vaxxer, which I thought he was too. I thought he was this nut, this like conspiracy theorist nut, until I read his book. I read The Real Anthony Fauci, and I'm like, what is it? How much of this is real? Because if it's all real, this is fucking insane. And we live in a world where we're being manipulated by these health organizations that are being paid by the pharmaceutical drug interests. And these pharmaceutical drug companies are pumping these products out into the population and telling us that we need them, and then making insane amounts of money. And then also the government is in on it. And also they share a patent with Moderna. And also they share profits. And there's $700 million, however much money was made, whatever the number is that these guys made off of these products. Like, this is, all of it is fucking crazy. There's the revolving door between the CDC and the FDA and then these pharmaceutical drug companies. So the people that make the regulations then go on to have these cushy jobs with the pharmaceutical drug corporations. Like, oh, nothing to see here. It's like, it's open. It's right out in the open.
Right.
And when he talks about all that stuff in his book, you're just like, what the fuck, man? If this wasn't true, he would be sued.
Yeah. But
So it seems to be true.
Yeah.
And it's a scary thing because people don't want to talk about it because they don't want to be attacked. They don't want to be called an anti-vaxxer. That's a big one.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's sort of the clip that got a lot of attention from everybody, essentially thinking that he actually endorsed Robert Kennedy Jr., which I didn't really hear an endorsement there. I do think he should endorse Trump because there's really only two choices: American freedom, a return to practicality, a return to America before COVID, and absolute communism and socialism in the form of Kamala and Tampon Tim. So I think it's high time that Rogan does essentially endorse Trump. I don't know why he doesn't. I don't think he's voting for. So this is so let me just show you this. So after that, this is what happened where and I'll show you this right now. So right after that, he clarifies. So Trump responded with this. This is how Trump responded. So Trump essentially said this on Truth Social, which, by the way, I'm on Truth Social, so make sure you follow me there. I'm at Professor Nez. So Trump responded with this. He said, "It'll be interesting to see how loudly Joe Rogan gets booed the next time he enters the UFC ring, MAGA 2024. And that leads me to this amazing clip Oh my God. Which I have to absolutely
When
talk to you about. This clip right here is absolutely amazing. Watch this. This is Rogan talking about Trump when he entered Madison Square Garden at UFC. Check this out.
when he walked out of Madison Square Garden, it was fucking bananas.
Really?
It
Went
was
crazy?
the
Okay.
whole place was cheering. He walks out to Kid Rock's American Badass with Kid Rock and Tucker Carlson walking in like the right-wing Avengers. And the place went nuts. I'm telling you, the fucking cheers of the crowd were nuts. I mean, it was overwhelmingly in support of him, and it lasted a long time. I mean, it was a roll. I mean, you had to hear what the crowd sounded like before he walked in, and then when he did. I mean, it was just overwhelming cheers for like over a minute. I mean, just imagine a minute of people screaming at the top of their lungs. Yeah.
So that is pretty awesome, by the way. So that was at Madison Square Garden. So then what happens is Rogan clarifies his position, and he essentially says, posting on X, he says, "For the record, this isn't an endorsement. This is me saying that I like RFK Jr. as a person. And I really appreciate the way he discusses things with civility and intelligence. I think we could use more of that in this world. I also think Trump raising his fist and saying fight after getting shot is one of the most American effing things of all time. I'm not the guy to get political information from. If you want that comment, go to Comic Dave Smith. He actually knows what he's talking about." And now there's sort of this back and forth. There's a lot of people, who are saying, that Rogan's okay. He's cool. A lot of people are saying, no, screw Rogan. You already endorsed him. That's your way of endorsing. Why aren't you endorsing Trump? And so I wonder what you guys think in the comments. I've talked. Oh, by the way, stick around because we just got breaking news right now as I'm recording this of Trump's plane diverting. I'm going to talk about that right now. Breaking news coming in just a second, so stick around. But I want to know what your thoughts are on this kind of debacle, this saga. To me, it seems like child's play. You've got a guy who used to vote, who literally voted for Bernie Sanders in 2016. And to me, I love Rogan. I don't get my politics from Rogan. I like the way he interviews. I like the way he articulates himself. I think he conducts interviews amazingly interesting and well, and he crafts those interviews with professionalism and authenticity. I think I've talked about this. You can't deny the fact that he's got one of the biggest influences in our culture right now. He is the culture right now. Like I said, if you're my age or older, the way that I can kind of analogize that is essentially that he is the Johnny Carson of this era. So remember how comedians, if you went on, anybody, entertainer, comedian, whoever you were, politician, you got a spot on Johnny Carson's show, you were a part of the culture. You got exposed to America, essentially. And so that's the way Rogan is now. And I think these kind of petty back and forths don't help anybody. Obviously, I'm not saying Trump is petty, but I think the fact that he clarified himself, the fact that he said it's not an endorsement, I hope he doesn't vote for RFK Jr. I hope he eventually comes to his senses. But what I love about Rogan is he's authentic, he's real. He has literally shifted his position. You have seen an evolution of his viewpoint through critical thinking, critical discernment, all the things that we advocate for here on the channel, where he has gone from somebody voting for Bernie Sanders to somebody who is completely opposed to wokeism, all the ideologies of the radical left. Do I think he should endorse Trump? Capital Y, yes. And I'm hoping he will do that sooner than later, just like Elon Musk did. But that remains to be seen. But I think this beef is petty. it's meaningless. It doesn't matter. He clarified, and we're moving forward. It doesn't make me not like him anymore. It doesn't mean that I should go on a bashing campaign of Joe Rogan. No. And I don't think we, as people who want America back, our channel is all about getting America back. We can't do this. The infighting and the petty bickering has got to stop. We have one mission and one mission only. That is to get our country back. And we have to galvanize. We have to solidify. We cannot be attacking each other like this. We got to move forward, united in a united front, so we can get our country back. So that's my take, but I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Let me know in the comments down below. Now, this is really huge. Breaking news here. Trump's plane, former President Trump's plane was diverted to Billings, Montana due to a reported mechanical issue while en route. This is breaking news happening just now. While en route to a rally in Bozeman, the plane landed safely, and Trump was expected to continue his journey to Bozeman on a private plane after security sweep of the Billings airport. This incident has sparked a lot of reactions and speculations, a lot of people expressing concern for Trump's safety and others questioning the nature of the mechanical. So we have a video here I'm going to share with you. It's just about a minute long, where it actually shows this flight being diverted. Check this out. A lot of people were talking about how the landing looked a little iffy. Yeah, that doesn't look too steady to me, but I've been on a lot of planes with landing. Well, it looks like he landed safely, at least, thank God. So that's interesting. So that just happened, and it looks like he's okay. He produced a video where he said he was safe. There's a lot of people posting pictures that he's fine. Equipment failure. A lot of people are saying assassination attempt. I don't think it's that at all, but or maybe it's not. We have a video of Trump posting this right after that happened. I'll share with you that right now. So let's see if we can get this going here. Check this out. This is a video of Trump posting this right after that landing.
Just landed in a really beautiful place, Montana. So beautiful flying over, and you just look down, and that's the way it's supposed to be. But we have a very high rating in Montana. We have a lot of popularity. I like them. They like me. But I'm here to do some fundraisers, and most importantly, to support Tim Sheehy, who's running for the U.S. Senate. And we think he's going to do really well. We're going to have a rally, and it'll be a lot of fun. And then tomorrow we're going to do some more different stops, different states, all good, all great people. And we're leading in all of the polls now. Just about every poll has us leading. They found out that this is a phony that we're running against, a person that had no idea what she was doing on the border, has no idea what's happening with inflation, had no idea what they did when it came to Afghanistan, the most embarrassing day in the life of our country. There's never been anything so embarrassing. We should have gotten out with dignity and strength, not the way they got out. It's an embarrassment to our country. So we have a great campaign. We have something that's going to be really very important. It's called, going to make America great again. And it's going to happen very fast. We're going to become energy independent again. Prices are going to start going down, including for food, for energy, and everything else. And we're going to really do a job. Thank you very much.
Okay, so thank God he's okay. I will keep you up to date as this story unfolds. He's got a rally in Montana. Interesting. Everything now, see, we're all on edge now because I did a video on this where I was completely, the first person to say, no, this is not a conspiracy. But after everything that I've discovered through my own due diligence, qualitative and quantitative research, when it came to the Secret Service blunder, it was more than, I came to the conclusion that it was more than incompetence. There was something beyond just mere incompetence happening. There's just too many pieces of evidence that pointed to something of a design, an architected assassination attempt. That can get me in a lot of trouble, probably get my channel deleted. God knows what could happen, but it's the truth, and I have to say that. So that's that. I'll keep you up to date as that story unfolds. But I want to hear what you guys, I throw this off to you. What do you think in the comments about the whole Rogan Trump kind of riff? What are your thoughts on that? Do you agree with me? Disagree? I'm happy to be wrong. Prove me wrong. Let me know in the comments down below. I can't wait to hear from you. As always, make sure that if you haven't already, sign up for our free newsletter in the pinned comment, show notes, and description below. It's your free newsletter, so it's your sure-proof insurance policy, so you never miss out on anything that's happening, all the latest, greatest that the woke mafia media won't share with you. That's in the pinned comment, show notes, and description. Check out these videos coming up on the screen right now. Subscribe and follow. And as always, may God bless you and may God bless America. I'll see you soon.